Alright guys, welcome to the first episode for I'm just gonna make more YouTube content going forward, but this video is gonna be called Pizza with Zoon. So we got some pizza, some breadstick over here, nice pizza, and a freaking phenomenal background. You can see right here. We're kind of like, I don't know where we're at, but we're near like a little bit near Fort Bragg, I guess, on the way up. So I'm taking a little day trip today just to like decompress, and then also just kind of reflecting on my life and things like that, because we have to go into another season very soon when I'll be working like crazy and not have much time to myself. And yeah, let's just catch up right here. We got the Diet Coke right here. Nice bench. Look at that. This is beautiful. I don't even know where I'm at, but they got good pizza. So yeah, I will say the last 3 years I've been going all in on my business and learned so many lessons along the way. Damn. Breadstick is good. And with everything that's going on in the market, AI, things are just gonna get crazier and crazier. And I do marketing for a lot of people, so I kind of get to see the trend before it happens. So the breadstick is good. I'm gonna try the pizza. Oh shit! Check this out. I think it's a meat lover. That's insane. But yeah, I just want to share some perspective, some lesson I've learned along the way. Might get some crazy wind right now too. Hold on to it for a second. But I just want to make this video and just kind of share some perspective. Because I think a lot of entrepreneurs get so worked up about building a perfect system that they forget to build a company that people want to do business with. They forget to build a brand that people want to do business with. And that's what I focus on for my business and for my clients. I have over 130 marketing clients. A lot of them are very wealthy entrepreneurs or beginner entrepreneur that I see within 3 years able to change their life and things like that. So those guys take a dramatic amount of action. But even for my story, I would say wrapping up my college as a bachelor in business entrepreneur or business admin, and I was like wrapping up a breakup, and yeah, that's when I kind of like started my business. And the relationship I had ended, and the relationship was like 7 years, so definitely something crazy, and it was a lot of pain to get over that. But yeah, I just trying to reinvent myself, and like I just like took everything that didn't work and just like, okay, I'm stepping into a new life. And I started like cracking the company, right? But it was not cracking media yet at that time. We're just like 12 Kraken LLC, which is like an IT company We do websites, things like that, because that's what I was doing as a 9 to 5 job, or part-time 9 to 5, because I was doing that, IT manager, car salesman for Honda. I even sold myself my first, I sold myself my Honda sedan that I have right now. And I was going to school, so 4 things at the same time, and then I was launching 1-2 cracking, so IT, marketing, websites, things like that. And then from that on, I just invested so heavily into like the IT equipment, networking equipment, things like that, and that didn't go well. So lost a bunch of money there in equipment and gear. We needed like a specific contracting license in order to install the networking equipment, and we didn't have the right license or the time to get it because we're pretty crunch on cash. So, and that's that. And I started like just door knocking local businesses in Castro Valley area, and I guess around the Bay Area. Door knocking, going up to kiosks in malls, things like that, to get my name out there, shake hand with people, meetings. I went to a bunch of like, lock the wind real quick. I went to like a bunch of like networking event. Never really got any good leads from networking events, but it's always like good relationship. And then after that, I ran into someone at the mall, and then we link up with some like fitness entrepreneur, and I took a risk. We drove down to San Diego and met some like fitness entrepreneur, and they're able to help me take my business to the next level. And the lesson I learned from those guys is that they are very heavy on organic content, and by organic content I mean content that connect with people, right? Because when you are stepping into business and you're doing business, you want to connect with the people first, so they buy you first before they even buy your products or services. And lately, a lot of like leads or people that are coming to us as clients or been referral or from organic content. So I had like a crazy run, took a bunch of risks, and a lot of it paid off. A lot of it was a lesson. But definitely, like, that was like the last 3 years was like the most thrilling 3 years I've ever had in my life, because my life was like all in my hands, and I had a team. We're smaller now because a lot of the tasks are just like getting replaced with AI too, unfortunately, going into the future that we're going into. But yeah, it was like heavy production, video content. We end up getting really good on making organic content for ourselves and our clients, and they were like making millions off of us. So it was crazy. It was crazy trip, and then let's see. And then I always had a dream of one day that I was be able to do a Forrest Gump and pull a run across America. And actually, like, my business was able to help me do that. And man, that was probably like the hardest thing I've ever done. But we still work with a lot of the clients that we have from like the start of my media business. It's like, for me, I'm in it for the long term, right? Like what I got out the last 3 years of like going balls to the wall, crazy, taking a bunch of risks. Even like, learn a bunch of lessons, and I would say in business, you're gonna have a lot of short-term relationships, whether that's business relationship or friend relationship, because business really exposed you to people and you yourself to dealing with people, and a lot of people put on a mask, which eventually will fall, and you're no longer compatible. But a lot of people will play the game just so that you know you can do business with them, and it's a mutual benefit. So at the end of the day, it's like you're not in the business game to make friends. You're actually in it to win the game up there. And then I would say, like, keep your friend separated from, I guess, like, I don't know, your business, but definitely all right, back to the video. So I got distracted. Someone went by the swing behind me, and they brought their dog. Trying to guard my pizza, Things can get extreme out here. All right, let's see. But anyways, that was the lesson. Because for me, I come from the military, and I give out my trust very easily. Because in the military, it's one team, one fight. And in the business world or in the civilian world, a lot of people don't see it that way. And yeah, I mean, I had friends switch up on me when I started making progress on my business. I have literally friends that started with me, and they obviously let me down on certain projects, and it's crazy. It's crazy that I mean, for me to come from the military, it's crazy. You should see that. Because I always love like a brotherhood, or having like a group you belong to, and people don't screw with each other as much, But anyways, so I got to accomplish one of my lifetime goals, which was to run across America. Did that in 2024 after we had some big crazy months. I was like pretty much not sleeping the 2 months prior to it. We had like 2 6-figure months in revenue, and I was able to to make that dream come true. I took I started in Santa Monica Pier and took the run across America, LA to New York. It was so brutal. Like literally the first day, I was so sore I couldn't even get up the next day. I didn't even train for it properly. In my mindset, I was like, I probably will never have this much cash in my pocket ever again, and I probably will never be this young ever again. So I just asked my cousin to come with me, and we did it. Yeah, man. Like I there's a video of that in my YouTube, but I'm gonna make a longer version of it. That was like the clean and polish. I'm gonna show the ghetto version of it, right? Man, crazy things like I even have like payment processor holding money from me on that run. Literally like halfway through the country, ran out of cash, had to make some deals to make it happen, all because of payment processors holding like so much money that I process so fast. That's the thing, like when you start a business, no one tells you that if you process too much money too fast, that you're gonna have like payment processor holding your crap up, and your clients are already taken care of. They already got the delivery, they're happy, so it's all crazy. But anyways, near the end, I was planning for a 6-month run across America, right? And I'm not sure if I'm the first Asian person to do it, or first bald Asian person to do it, or first, I don't know, Vietnamese person to do it, but I think I'm the first of something. Because I've only seen I don't see a lot of minority do this. Maybe like one African American. I think that's pretty much it. I'm not sure. But yeah, at the end I had to run pretty much, or I walk most of it, but 30 miles a day. in the back end, a couple days off in that month. But I finished in 5 months instead of the original plan 6 months. But if I didn't finish, I would have been cooked because I would have run out of money. But shout out to NYPD and Chief Luke for Luke, for helping me get a police escort at the end. And on that journey, I learned so much about myself, and I think every one of us really need to like set some time aside every week, every month or so, and just kind of like be with ourselves, be with our own thoughts, have our own reflection, and see if we're actually really on the right path to achieve our goals, and dreams and aspirations, things like that. But anyways, yeah, I made it happen, and then it was crazy. On the way back, I was just so happy, but I lost so much weight on that. And when I got back, it was just back to normal business. We're struggling a lot actually in the back end, because when you have momentum in a business, that means a couple months before you were doing good outreach, good connection, good network, but a lot of it I was just like doing the run across America. Shout out to my cousin Jack Cement for coming through. Because of our constrained budget, we couldn't get like videographer for most of it, but my cousin filmed most of it, so it was pretty good. Turns out to be like so much harder than I expected, but at the end of the day, it's like that was like a dream come true. I like if I were to die, like I wouldn't be happy right now, because that's the thing I wanted so bad. That achievement, that I just want to collect achievement, and that is one of the achievements that you can't buy. You can't just go out there and have money and buy it. You just have to like sweat it out, grind it out. But that was crazy. But anyways, forward to now, we have to trim down the team a little bit, because obviously the business slowed down, especially with what's going on right now in the economy, with AI replacing a lot of people's job, a lot of white collar jobs getting disappeared. But we're running a more lean business model, and I'm actually kind of more happy because there's less people to deal with. I would say profitable wise, a little bit better for me. And out of the whole thing, we got like a podcast out of it actually. So during like my grind to be able to make the run across America happen, I started like a podcast. Not really like, I didn't intend to be a podcast host. I didn't really care about that. But I love telling people's story. I love talking to people about their stories. I love the hero's journey story, because I think I love the Pursuit of Happiness movie, but I think like life is about experience, stories, overcoming obstacles, and becoming your own hero of your own story. You're the main character, So you gotta win, right? You gotta win. But man, it's definitely like first 10 episodes, I was just like teaching my clients or helping my clients learn how to speak on camera. Because a lot of business owners, as successful, as powerful as they are, they actually don't know how to speak on camera. And by me giving them camera time, asking them, I call it layup questions, they're able to start speaking on camera more, speaking on their phone after we do on the camera a lot better, and they're able to like make more money, connect with their real audience, and scale their business a lot more profitable. And now I have a podcast out of it. Like, people literally fly in from different states, across the country. They drive in. Some people enjoy driving, and their cars are pretty nice too. So I'm not even gonna like hate on it. But yeah, like people like come in and do podcasts with me, and the studio we have, it's not even like a big studio. It's like literally like my friend's Airbnb that like it's not renting out as good, so we just use it as a podcast studio. And it's just, to me, it's like surreal. It's like people are willing to fly across the country to fly to this small little room that we do podcasts in. I mean, given I know how to angle the camera, so it looks like a crazy thing, but we got local celebrities too coming through, like little podcast studio we have to get their content recorded, and we got a bunch of viral clips from there already. So it's pretty sick. It's not the fancy equipment that makes the brand, the content, or the message. It's like literally the idea, the message itself, and who is speaking. So it's better to like build a person that will attract people to you and your business than to get all the fancy stuff. I've done fancy campaigns, video marketing for certain people, super fancy, but they are not good. I would say they're good people, but they're not like good character that people want to like continue to follow, and they don't continue to make good content after that, and kind of just falls off. So I would say that's not a good use of resources, but you gotta try, you gotta learn, but to kind of wrap up where we're at right now, I have podcasts bringing me leads, I have YouTube bringing me leads, and then I have some ad campaign here and there to bring in some leads. Hold on, I'll put this right here. But how about this? But definitely, it's crazy. Like I didn't intend that, but I feel like going forward, the podcast and the clips we do out of the podcast would be more of like our main business model. Plus, it's like much more scalable. And there's no greater feeling than like helping somebody find their voice. And it's kind of like a crazy circle loop, or a cycle or something. But it was like somebody that put me on their podcast. Like for the first time, never been on a podcast before, but he put me on his podcast, and I'm able to find my voice on it. Even though I got like really nervous, I turned red. I was like super anxious on it, but I'm able to make that happen. And then from there, like now I'm doing that for other people, and that person is Coach Paul. So shout out to Coach Paul with all the love in my heart. He always put people on, and he's like the most like selfless person out there, and he cares so much for his friends around him. So just really grateful to like know an individual like that. And he's been through a lot of dark times, so he knows what the light will look like. So yeah, and he wants to give that to other people. But anyways, back to where we're at today. I'm just doing a lot of reflection today, and I love making YouTube videos. I've been making a lot of talking videos. A lot of times it's like we make it for our clients, but in order to grow my brand, I have to get out of my comfort zone and make more content like this, and on camera too as well, right? And like I love it. I don't know, like I love talking on camera. It's so much easier than like doing scripts. It's so much easier than doing ads with no talking, because then like you have to hint people on what you're selling, what the marketing play is, what the hook is. When you have confidence in yourself and you can just speak on camera, you can just tell them. It's so much less like stress, and it's easier to scale. It's easier to win, and people like you more organically. Anyways, and me, I'm in the game right now. I got some big things coming up. Maybe some other dreams might be coming up soon, very soon. So I've been working hard for that. I actually got my first Rolex too, so it's pretty sick. Let me see right here. It's always been a dream of mine ever since this entrepreneurship journey started. But I'm working on getting the second one. And also maybe a Lamb will come too. Not maybe, like it will happen. So I'm not like, for me, I'm not buying it to like flex, to show off to people. I really don't care about that. I care about like making the younger version of myself like proud, and like, oh yeah, we did that. That was our dream, and we did that. And we did our craft, and we helped the people at the highest level. So whether you're like regardless of the service or business that you're in, if you're helping people at the highest level, you should be able to can pay at the highest level. So that's what I believe. I don't believe in giving away value for free, because I gave a bunch of value for free to a bunch of people and they never took action on it, or they take shitty action on it. It's free, they don't value as much. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end off, and I'll see you guys more on the next episode. We're gonna be doing more talks like these, so you know, I love it. You guys can subscribe and like and leave a comment, share anything in your journey along the way, and wrap this up right here.